What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? No, he doesn't even know what it's called. What's it called? What's it called?
Hi, this is Jane. Get ready to lay down because you're listening to What's It Called with Dave Ross and Caleb Sinan.
Man, Jane
That's
knocked
right.
it out of the fucking park, man.
I know. Things may have changed by the time you hear it.
That's true.
I
Wait,
always hear
what?
that. You ever hear that?
No.
It's always on NPR. Sometimes they'll have a guest introduce the podcast, and they always go, "Things may have changed by the time you hear this."
Oh, I've never heard that ever in my life.
Because it's, they have to
The
get
news.
it done, and then the news. And I don't think they
Right.
did that before Trump. I think they're like, things will be fine. But after Trump, they're like, we don't know what. I mean,
Well, every single NPR station, the morning of whatever it was, November 6th,
yeah.
2016, they were all like, Hillary is clearly going to win. It is obvious to us all. We've crunched the numbers, and there is no way that Donald Trump will win. Things may have changed by the time this recording is released.
What's really funny now with the Kanye shit is you'd have to do that. It doesn't matter how quickly you update it. It's like every 30 minutes he's saying the craziest shit you've ever heard.
It's weird, dude. I mean, he's somebody who has really made a fool specifically of me because I mean
me
it.
too.
All of us. Well, I mean, specifically, I'm a big fan of somebody who is ironically trolling. I think someone who is trolling in order to hurt people is a piece of shit. But I think, fucking with people is funny. So back in the day when he was like, when he was like, I'm going to run for president, I was like, this guy's hilarious. and he was like saying crazy, like he ran up and he like took the award back from Taylor Swift or whatever. I was like, that's so funny. Everyone was mad, like that was so rude to her. And I remember being like, everybody shut up. They're both celebrities. This is all part of the game. They're performing. He's being funny. He's a troll. He's funny. And then he was like, I like Trump. And I was like, all right, I don't know. I think he still could be trolling, guys. And now he is like, I like Hitler. It's like, good God, man. I was just wrong the whole time. They were right. He's been a piece of shit the whole time.
But it is like, and a million people have talked about it, but I've watched the clip like 30,000 times. The clip of slightly uncomfortable Alex Jones going, oh, all right, and going to commercial is one of the funniest. Awesome. Cosmically, it's just really funny to watch him be like, oh, God.
I will say, there is still a slight chance that Kanye's end game is to do that, is to make people like that feel weird for once.
Well, he's going through a divorce, and he's gained a little weight. And I think when that happens to most divorced guys, they watch Fox News, they get a sports car, they go through this midlife divorce thing that he's going through. He's just a guy in his 40s going through a tough time, but he's on such a scale.
Right.
Like, I'm sure a lot of guys in their 40s, they're like, boy, that anti-Semitic thing. I'm glad I didn't say any of that out loud. I was just feeling like I was very isolated. I went down a weird algorithm. Ooh. But his is documented forever. Like, he's such a dipshit that he doesn't understand.
I agree with everything you just said, except that going through a divorce makes you say anti-Semitic shit. I think that's a really funny. It certainly doesn't help.
No, I'm not saying but I do think with men, lonely, middle-aged men who go through a divorce, I think the odds of them becoming anti-Semitic go up because they're alone on YouTube.
Sure, but
I bet he thinks the Earth's flat by now. It's always lonely guys at the worst time of their life. They discover the worst shit online, and
sure, I see what you're saying. That, well, I don't know. I just think I don't know. I know what you mean. I know that when you're going through a tough time, you say crazy shit, you get mad. But I think what you really mean are like Like, man, I yelled at my friend. Shit. I was a dick to my kid. Just like starting to believe Nazi shit for like a month because you got dumped is
no, and I'm not saying that's I just mean like I'm not saying that's an excuse or that everyone who goes through a breakup that happens. But I'm just saying we're having to deal with this guy who got a divorce. He's off his meds, and he dropped out of college before he could meet enough Jews to be a normal guy. You know.
No one should ever talk about anything anymore. The news is just so crazy that like because your opinion, I know I agree. I know what you're saying. I agree with everything you're saying. He's going through a tough time and he's crazy and he's completely exposed publicly on a day-to-day basis, both of his own accord and of everybody else. I know what you mean, but it's just what he's
well, everybody, there's all these people that are just like, he's just mentally ill. And it's like, but there's no medication for hating Jews. You know, there's no pill for that, he forgot to take his liking Jews pill. Right. So, but he is both mentally ill and anti-Semitic, and they're not, it's like, those are just things that are happening. They're both happening.
To take my liking Jews pill. Shit. All right.
Right.
I think I got to stay home today.
He can't blame bipolar. It's not bipolar isn't like Semitic and anti-Semitic.
Right.
That's
exactly.
not the poles. So you can't blame that. But it is just he's doing both.
Well, I guess that's my point, is that like everything you're saying is absolutely correct about men, like especially men, dude, going through a divorce. They go nuts because they haven't ever said a single way they feel to anybody ever. So it comes out as these like evil fireballs where they're like, you know what I hate? Derek. And you're like, why? Derek works 3 floors down. That's right. That's fucking right. He does. And I don't like that floor. And certainly, but with Kanye, it's so extreme.
Yeah.
Even when he gets better, and he will. I don't know.
I don't know
in his life. I don't know if he'll ever apologize, because he's done a lot of crazy shit he never apologized for. But something will happen where it comes around, and we're all going to remember that what happened during his manic episode was that he liked Hitler.
Yeah,
that's like such a level of being a sad man. Like, he's the saddest man of all time. No, isn't that funny? No man has ever gotten so sad that they like Hitler ever before.
He's not a likable guy. Like,
even the people who followed Hitler were like, he's mean.
Yeah, if you read his Ava Braun's diary, she's like, he's a bad boyfriend.
Yeah. I doubt that even like Goebbels was like, I don't think Goebbels was like, I really like him.
I really like this guy.
I like hanging out with him. He's so much fun to hang out with. He's just always mad. He's like, we got to attack the South Pole. And you're like, what are you talking about, dude? It's fucking Sunday night. We gotta find every copy of the Bible.
Scaries. You don't want that. I got the Sunday scaries.
I like him. You're damn, dude. It's funny too, because I just sort of like have trouble believing that he was like really, really in love with Kim Kardashian. Maybe when it's the 2 most famous people that are married, I sort of believe it's a bit that helps.
It's also funny that he keeps tweeting. He goes, "Porn destroyed my marriage," and I'm like, I don't know if it was the porn.
Yeah, dude.
100% of men alive have watched it, and some of them are still married. I think Kanye destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dude. The guy who loves Hitler,
dude.
Maybe it was that you love Hitler.
I will say that in his case, it's possible that porn destroyed his marriage, because every porn site, the Kim tape still shows up on like the first page a lot of the time.
Right. Yeah.
It's great. Could you imagine you're just trying to watch porn and there's just a video of someone else fucking your wife in the feed?
Someone less famous than you.
And you're like, this is the video that made her famous, and now she's more famous than I am.
Like if Jay-Z's trying to
yeah, dude.
Jay-Z's trying to watch porn, and the number one video is Beyonce, and she's fucking like Cameron.
I'm just think about us. Jenny's watching porn when she's trying to watch porn. She's having a night alone. She's trying to watch porn, and Caleb signing sex tape. Like fuck.
Yeah,
yeah, dude. I feel like it would ruin my relationship with my roommate.
Oh,
I was just trying to watch porn, and it was just sort of like Ryan Donahue, XXX. I'd be like, God damn it.
Oh man, that is funny.
Oh boy.
But anyway, that's just us. That's our way of saying things may have changed by the time you hear this. If you've heard this and Kanye is in rehab, because think about this. Remember when Charlie Sheen went nuts like 10 years ago? He went really nuts, and then everyone forgave him. But he didn't say, like, I don't know. I am not betting on Kanye getting better. You know,
that's true, but he will be forgiven. You're right.
I don't know. I
don't think so?
I don't. It's a tough one, man. It's
Dude,
tough.
That
we didn't forgive Michael Richards.
That's
true. This is worse than Michael
Richards.
Well,
this is really bad. It's like, I mean, he's obviously saying horrible things, but it took a long. I don't know. I'm like kind of embarrassed at how long it took me. I really, for a long time, was like, nah, he's funny, and now it's like it's not funny.
No, it's not funny.
Fuck.
It's like when Andy Kaufman died, and everybody's like, "This is a bit." Nope.
And then
he's not coming back.
The other thing about that Alex Jones thing is that mask, man. It's just sort of like,
yeah, not good.
It's horrible, but he is still the funniest person while doing it. It's like, where do you even get a mask like that? I think you get it at a sex shop.
For what? Why are you wearing it? I don't get it.
It's like the craziest version of the Masked Singer. the masked Nazi. Oh, it's Rudy Giuliani. Wow.
Oh man. It'd be so funny if it was like the Prince of Saudi Arabia one time. Everybody's just like, dude, oh shit.
Did you see that they did it with Rudy Giuliani?
Yeah. That's so bizarre to see.
That one's really weird. Yeah, the Prince of Saudi Arabia would be great.
Steve Bannon.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un. Like, holy shit. Kim Jong-un has a beautiful voice. Wow. It's just like it'll be funny too, because they could make it just a big mascot version of Kim Jong-un, and no one would think it was Kim Jong-un in there, and it's like, yeah, it's actually me. That was Kim Jong-un singing "Don't Stop Believing." That's crazy. He's great.
Oh man.
He takes off his mask and he's like, for the record, I don't like Hitler.
I did see, I think, I can't remember if it was what it was, but I saw one of those Onion things. It was Onion or some. There's too many Onions now. There's several different fake news.
Ductress, and
there's one where it was like God with a microphone, and it said God distances himself from Kanye. That's hard.
Wow, that's really funny. That's really, really funny. Yikes. It's like God does that thing where it's Homer fading into the bushes.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing now to see, like, because, it is true, and it doesn't make our side any more right that we happen to have celebrities that most celebrities that are, vocal are line up with us.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make us any more right. That's just how it happens to be. Actually don't think it's that. It's like, it doesn't make me feel any better that Bruce Springsteen agrees. But
yeah, they're just people.
Yeah, but right wingers, they get so excited when they hear anything that any celebrity say anything remotely conservative. It's so funny now that they're all like, whenever I listen, because I just get it. It's like Schadenfreude or whatever, where I just listen every like right wing talk radio. Like they play their song and then they go, So Kanye, like they were just like 3 weeks ago, they were saying
they're so excited. I know, it's awesome. That's the thing, is that's the like little glimmer of hope I have, is that it is possible that he is
so funny.
I mean, whether it's on purpose or not, it seems like it's not on purpose, but he is showing that these guys are actually fascists. They were like,
so
he's
funny.
great. And then he was like, I like Hitler.
And then they're just like,
Fuck.
It's like that sign, like 10 days without incident. They just keep going back to that sign and taking the number back to 0. Okay.
Shit.
Turns out no celebrities. We thought we had one.
They're being conservative is inherently, like, the word is conservative, reserved, rules, tight buttoned. It's not cool. It's not celebrity. It's not art. It's not going to be. It's not what you want it to be. Don't try to. I love, like, I forget what was happening. There was something with like trans rights or trans people that happened like in Republicans' brains like 5 or 6 months ago. And they all started saying, we're not going to take it.
Yeah.
And then the guy from Twisted Sister, D. Snyder, tweeted, hey, I dressed like a woman the whole time. I fucking I don't like any of you. You fucking this is about the opposite of what you're saying.
What's really funny is it happens all the time, and it only happens to Republicans. They have to play something while they walk on stage. Like they play a Rolling Stones song, then immediately the Rolling Stones are like, we will sue you. Stop playing our, and they're just like, damn it.
Like, fuck, the Rolling Stones, the most known band ever. Yeah.
Then they're like, the Beatles, and Paul McCartney's like, you will pay me $1 billion. They just can't. It's like, even if they played like the Imperial March from Star Wars, they'd be like, you will
John
not
Williams
use...
would be like, excuse me, John Williams does not endorse the Republican Party. Wow, the Galactic Empire marching band does not support the politics of Ted Cruz.
It's so funny to me.
It's a stormtrooper, like, excuse me.
The Empire is pro-choice. I want to go on record. The Empire is pro-choice.
That's so fucking funny, dude. Sure, we are the Galactic Empire, and we are building massive weapons of mass destruction in order to kill entire planets because we believe that we own the rights to all living beings in the entire universe. That said, we do not support the GOP, and you may not use our music to promote your fascist, antiquated, conservative ideals that are rooted in thoughts from 500 years ago. Just a fucking metal robot. Oh, wow, that's great.
It's so funny to me. I like and it's funny that they want to, like, they want artists and stuff, and they want movies to be conservative. It's like, it's funny. It's like, maybe you don't actually want to be conservative, you know? Like, are you?
Yeah, but you want to be cool. Everyone does.
They want
Even
cities to
really
be conservative. Like, you want cities to be conservative too? You're not happy with all the land y'all got? No, we want San Francisco to be conservative. It's like, I don't.
You do realize that if San Francisco was conservative, there would be no Thai food. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have
to
want
go
it to
Thailand.
Be America.
You'd have to fly to Thailand.
It's a melting pot. And then what happens when you put Thai people and Italian people and Czech people and Chinese people and Ethiopian people in the same place? They have restaurants and make food, and they live together, and they get to know each other, and they open their horizons, and then that's what being liberal is accepting others, right? And they're like, I do love, dude, the best one was when Mike Pence went to Hamilton, and the Hamilton cast was like,
so funny.
Fuck you. And he was like, oh, a guy can't even go to Broadway. And it's like, dude,
what did you think was going to happen, Mike? It's not really like you're going to see live theater in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And then you show up with 30 armed guards. You don't think they're going to say something?
Dude,
8 black limousines.
Theater, dancing, and rap made by black gay people. They don't like you.
Anything anymore. You can't. When you go see a play put on by the people I'm legislating against, and they get all up in a twist about it.
Totally. Oh man, I brought my wife with me because I knew there would be other women in the room. It's like, dude.
Oh man, yeah, it's so funny. I feel and they all want to be funny. That's my favorite thing. That's something I actually wish that like liberals and leftists would do more. All the liberal and leftist podcasts are like uber serious, you know, and very like, hey, this is not funny. This was a cynical attempt by and a lot of it's not very funny. Like comedy podcasts are funny, but like the political podcasts on the left aren't. Right. But every right-wing podcast and radio show and TV show, they think they're funny and they're trying to be funny, and it just doesn't work. It's so and that's funny. That's the funniest thing to me. Right. That they all like Sean Hannity's trying to be like make 8 jokes an episode every time.
Dude, it's so funny, isn't it, too? Like there are funny political podcasts. There are not many. There are only a few, and they're all made by leftists.
Right.
Because leftists believe I am definitely a leftist. It's funny. I don't like labels, and that label seems so it's loaded, right? It seems like you're gonna fucking give everybody a speech about the ozone layer. Is like sort of how it feels, but that is what we are. I don't know how it got there. I think it's because everyone lectures everybody else on Twitter, and leftists are like finger pointing. It feels like, but that is what I am. I think that's what you are too. I'm pretty sure. I mean,
I just hate like now I get sucked having to wake up with an identity. I just hate it. Like I hate waking up being having an ideology.
So I actually, that's the thing. That's why I don't label myself that. That's why I'm having a weird time talking about it right now. Because I don't because I also agree with random other stuff. And I think humanity is tough and life is hard is like a big part of my life too. So I kind of like to be kind to as many people as I can and listen to people and stuff. But anyway, the reason I bring it up is real leftists, their political opinions are basically like give everybody the hospital, food, shelter, and college. That's like what we want. And those people are funny because they're just like, we should kill everybody who disagrees with us because we have nothing to lose. And our feelings about the world are very basic. It's like, yeah, oh, you don't think people should have food? Well, I think that you should be killed. That's what I think. They're just so down to be funny and say extreme things because we're dealing in such like simple terms, and the simple terms are the better way to deal with the world. I quite frankly believe, but like they're like talking about policy and how people feel and how it looks. How is it going to look? The Democrats and Republicans and leftists are just like, I think that what we should do is we should put 500 new judges on the Supreme Court, and we should make everyone who is a senator eat human shit for dinner every day or whatever.
And then the right's like they're already eating human shit. It gives it, and they're drinking kid blood. You're like,
yeah, that's right. And it gives them, it actually gives them amino acids that you can't get from anywhere except human shit, and that's why they're so funny. Yeah, that's right. Democratic senators are lizards that eat human shit and are very, very powerful. And
I think they would be better at their jobs if they were lizards, you know? Right. If Democrats were drinking kids' blood and they were interdimensional, I think they would be effective. They wouldn't be a bunch of fucking idiots, which is what they are, who can't do anything.
How great would it be if like we're watching C-SPAN one day and we're like, wait a minute. I think Ted Cruz is sitting on a hot rock. And you
the lizards show up and they're like, we are not affiliated with Ted Cruz. He's appropriating our culture. That's our hot rock. That is not,
by the way, for sure what lizards would say if they could talk. Like, hold on a minute. Why is a lizard bad? I'm just trying to stay warm.
Taking our tails off. We don't like that. We don't like that.
Snakes eat people whole sometimes. What about snakes? I eat flies. I sit on rocks. What's your fucking problem?
Yeah, I don't hurt anybody.
Flies suck. You hate flies. Sometimes I change to the same color as the wall. Why is that bad?
Y'all have tried to kill us. I have to change color to keep you from killing us.
I run super fast. I move my legs all funny. What more do you want from a thing? I'm looking like a tiny dragon.
What more do you want from That's one of my favorite jokes ever from Earthquake. He opens it's called About Goddamn Time. It's one of the best comedy specials ever. And he's like,
the one
he's
that
like,
just came out.
No, this was his first
Okay.
one. And it's
Okay.
so good. And he opens. It was right after Michael Jordan was like I think he was about to get divorced or something. It was all over the tabloids. And he was like, "Oh man, if a guy with 300 million can't keep a bitch." He goes, "A brother with $300 ain't got a shot." He was like, "What do these bitches really want?" The funniest thing I've ever heard. And he's like, "Who's gonna date? You don't want to date Michael Jordan's ex-wife. You're wearing his shoes, wearing Hanes underwear." It's the fun, dude. That everybody listening, do yourself a favor. It's the funniest special I've ever heard.
Earthquake, dude. Earthquake is so funny. Did I ever tell you about how did you ever get to do that, Mike, in LA? That was at that coffee shop, Sabori Cultura. It's at it's on Hollywood Boulevard, like in East Hollywood near Western. And it's like a big coffee shop, one of those big hangout coffee shops where people sit all day and write and shit. It's huge.
Yeah.
And so they like put a stage, and it's like a big open space with kind of like two sides to it, but the coffee bar is just in the middle. So it's one big open space. And they put a stage on one side, and Jesse Case would host it. And, he's like the fucking funniest comedian. So funny. And he would just host and be like, so just like make fun of everybody. And so a lot of comics would go because he was really respected, and like good comics would go. And one day there was like a shitload of people in there, and Raj Desai was on stage, and there was an earthquake during his set, and like the whole building rattled. And when you're in an earthquake, it's so terrifying because usually what happens is everything just rattles for 5 seconds tops. But you don't know. This could be the one where the rattling gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then the fucking building starts splitting open and shaking. And it's, so that 5 seconds is terrifying. You're like, oh shit, is it going to get worse? So the whole room stops. Everything shakes. The whole room stops. And then the earthquake ends. And then fucking 70 people just turn and look at Raj Desai, who's holding a microphone. And he looks at everybody and he goes, I've never done stand-up in an earthquake before, but I have seen Earthquake do stand-up. And it just killed, dude.
Everyone was just thinking about mortality and death and their regrets.
Yeah.
And then he snaps back to reality and he goes, it's time for puns. Nothing deep.
Raj is a real unsung hero in stand-up, I think.
So funny.
He is so also funny. The king of stupid comedy. Like,
yes. His tweets kill me.
Dude, do you follow him on Instagram?
No.
Dude, he just got an Instagram like a few months ago, and it's never a photo of him. He just posts like a photo. What he does a lot is he'll post a photo of like a really hot girl, and then there's like a beach in the background, and and then the caption will be like, love going to the beach, especially when there's such a great view.
Let me read you my favorite Raj Desai tweet. This is from about this time last year. He goes, "Did you hear Puff Daddy change his name to P. Diddy? Make up your mind, dude. Guess I'm now R. Diddy. Puffy, you just got zapped by the Raj man and not a moment too late."
Yeah, he's such a dumbass jerk off on Twitter.
I don't know what it is, but they're the dumbest thing I've ever read. And every time you got zapped by them.
His jokes are crazy too. They're all 3 beats, almost. Well, he has these big conceptual beats too, bits, but they're usually like setup, example, punchline, example. Almost every joke, and they're all. it's fun to watch because you know it's coming. You know the third one is the one. And one of my favorites is I really like finding out the real names of rappers, you know. It's like a fun thing, you know, like Jay-Z's real name is Sean Carter, and Diddy's real name is Sean Combs, and Andre 3000's real name is Peter 3000. Yeah, I saw him do this like presentation with poster board once, doing all the math of why hope floats. He's great. Shout out Raj Desai. Follow Raj Desai.
Raj Desai, very funny.
And if you live in Los Angeles, find a show he's on. Go watch him. It'll be the funniest 10 minutes of your life. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And with that,
get the moon news going.
Yeah, it's time for fucking moon news. Moon news.
Moon news.
Here we go again. News about the moon.
We gave the show a little bit of an upgrade this week. Oh boy, let's hear it one more time. I just want to hear the whole thing.
Moon news.
I love it too much.
Moon news. Here we go again. News about the moon.
Oh man. Get ready for more and more stupid shit from
dude.
Boys at What's It Called.
Oh man, the moon deserves it. I'll tell you that.
The moon news for this week is very fucking exciting. Astronauts will give the space station a power boost during Saturday's spacewalk.
Oh,
there's so much fun shit in here. First of all, there are a couple of reasons we do moon news. First of all, it's really, really, really fucking stupid. It's dumb to do, and that's what we like. Secondly, no one talks about the goddamn moon and space at all anymore.
It's right
there. It's still the coolest thing that has ever happened, is that a human being has been on the moon. And we're like, oh, we went to the moon again? Fuck that.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
We need to come
we're
back
all
around.
Talking about Kanye, and the moon's right there.
It's right there. People have been on it. They go to it a lot. There's a space station.
Crazy. It's floating and nothing.
How do we not every day go, there's a space station?
And
a space station.
Like space is nowhere. And
totally.
It's spinning. What?
It's a whole other thing. It's not on the Earth. When we say that's the craziest thing in the world, it's not in the world. Yeah. It's when you think of the world, it's separate from that. It's a whole other
we shot it out of crazy.
Yeah. The world seems like the biggest thing. Guess what? It's not the biggest thing. And the moon's boring to you. So fuck you, whoever you are. At the top of CNN.com, it's CNN World. That's where searching for the moon takes you. CNN World. The headlines are Africa, Americas, Asia, Australia, China, Europe, India, Middle East, United Kingdom. How about moon? Moon?
Moon.
I know that it's not in the world, but it took us to the world section, and I really feel like the moon is more interesting than at least Australia. I mean, come on.
And whose is it? Is the moon America's? We put a flag there. Whose is it?
I know.
You know?
I guess it's ours.
But I mean, it's not a lot to do up there.
Have you seen that show about what would happen if the space race never ended?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen that. That sounds cool.
It's called For All Mankind. It's like 4 seasons on Apple. By the way, dude, this sucks because I'm about to give Apple an ad, but I got Apple TV Plus, and there's like so much shit I like on there. But that show is a show about like what if Russia went to the moon first, and then the U.S. like freaked out and never stopped trying to be better at space, and so the show is literally about like Russia and America fighting on the moon. And it's like totally what would happen. And I
see this. This sounds great.
Oh, it's awesome. It stars Joel Kinnaman, who's fucking great, you know? I don't know if you know him, but you would when you see him. He's from that show The Killing and from like Altered Carbon and all these shows with bad names. But anyway, it's like an extreme example of what's happening in our real life, which is that we put a flag on the moon because we wanted to own the moon because we're fucking jerk offs. Just the biggest losers in the world. How small does your dick have to be? And how fucking much of a complex about that do you have to be like, I own the moon?
Well, I bet you know how little your dick gets in the pool. Imagine how little it is on the moon, you know?
Oh man, yeah, dude. Not mine. Mine's real
it's
big.
cold, dude. The moon is like -100 or something.
Well, not when in the dark. In the like day, it's like super fucking hot.
What?
Yeah, their suits are like hyper cooling because you'll like
no way.
You'll just burn to death.
Whoa. Well, that's a cool moon news fact.
Yeah. I also don't know if it's true.
Well, I still like it.
That's the thing. The other thing about moon news, I can say whatever I want. I'm not a fucking scientist. I've never been.
That's right. We don't do any fact checks.
I would love to get so fucking famous that I get to go to the fucking moon, dude. I don't even care about Mars.
Let's hope. Oh yeah, fuck Mars. It's far.
Dude. It's far, dude.
I heard a great point the other day.
I don't even like going to Queens. What? Sorry, what were you saying?
Well, Neil deGrasse Tyson was there talking about, you think Elon Musk should terraform Mars? And he's like, if we had the capability to terraform Mars, couldn't we just make Earth a little better? You know, terraform Earth.
Point.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's such a good point.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, if we can turn Mars into a place where you can grow plants, I have an idea. Why don't we put farms everywhere where there's no food?
That's what I think about polyamorous people. It's like, oh, I got to make 4 women happy. Why don't I start with 1?
Yeah.
I can't make.
Gotta tell you something, man.
It's hard to make 1 lady happy.
I'm having a pretty tough time making 0 women happy right now. Oh, by the way, if you're watching on the YouTube, you'll notice our fancy backdrops are not here, and you might notice. Actually, we wouldn't really see, but I moved my room around. I used to have my bed in the middle of my bedroom against the far wall from the door, and I had one of those situations where the bed was very dead center, and you could walk around all the sides, and that's like a nice thing where you can walk to both sides of the bed, but I was trapped in here sick for a while, and I was like, there's not enough space in here. I moved shit around, and man, the feeling of your room setup being like wonderful to you. Oh, yeah. There's no better feeling.
Habitat, you know?
Yeah. And so I've got the bed pushed up into the corner. So it's right up against the window. And then my desk fits wall to wall at the end of the bed, also pushed up against the corner, but sort of perpendicular to the bed. And then my other, like my TV is on the perpendicular wall and other shit. And then I have this big open space. But what I didn't realize when I moved that shit around would be that now Dr. Funk can sit at the window, walk onto my nightstand from the bed, and walk onto the desk from the bed, and can sit right on the bed right next to where my desk is, and I can pet her while I'm working.
Oh, it's great.
It hasn't happened yet during this recording, but it did happen right before we recorded, and Caleb was freaking out.
It was really great. It was like, I was like, ooh, it reminds me of like shows, like it was like our podcast is a kid's show. It's like, everybody say hey to Dr. Funk. And then you're like, oh, Dr. Funk, what'd you think about Moon News? And Dr. Funk's,
yeah, she'll make a cameo on the YouTube at some point soon.
I can't wait.
Caleb pointed out something that I think is so funny, because she just like sat there and had this look on her face like, it is insane that you are not petting me. It's absolutely great. I'm sitting right here and I own you. So do what I bought you for. And then Caleb pointed out that I am her dog. Yes. And I think that's true. She literally just comes up to me and is like, give me what I want when I want it. And my favorite thing that you said was, once a week, I bark in the corner. And she's like, God, my dog will not stop barking in the corner.
Yeah.
Whenever we
All
record the
day?
podcast, I sit alone. She can't hear you. She doesn't know what's on the screen. And I just bark into a corner. And she's like, God damn it. Shut the fuck up. And that's so true. That's totally what she thinks. She's like, why is this guy yelling into the fucking
as
wall?
annoying to her as when there's a dog barking outside your window at night and you're just like, what the fuck? But like if that dog was recording a podcast, you wouldn't know. You'd have no idea.
Maybe they are, because it's honestly not different at all. I'm in the corner and what's happening is I see another dog and I'm barking at him. I'm I'm like, oh, look, a dog. We should talk about dog stuff. It's you and me, two dogs. Just being like, whoa, look, a dog. Hey, that's like not really that far from what we're doing.
No, it really isn't. And I love it. I love being a dog.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, back to moon news.
Here we go again. News about the moon.
Yeah, the International Space Station is going to receive a power boost during a spacewalk. What I love about this is it's at the International Space Station, which is already fucking cool. They're doing a spacewalk, which is just already dope, and a power boost. I mean, good Lord.
Wow.
How often do you get a power boost?
I mean, it's weird because in my head, those are fictional because I've only ever had them in a video game. It's like, oh, power boosts are real?
Yeah, what does that mean? This hardware allows for the installation of more rollout solar arrays called iROSAs to increase electrical power on the space station. They did a spacewalk in November and assembled a mounting bracket on the starboard side of the space station in preparation for this. So it's a mounting bracket for these like solar panel things that will give more electrical power to the station. The first two rollout solar arrays were installed outside the station June 2021. The plan is to add a total of 6 iROSAs, which will likely boost the space station's power generation by more than 30%. Fuck yeah, dude. You know what that means? They can finally listen to our podcast.
What's it hooked up to? Because it's floating in space. It's not plugged into the wall. So the space station is being run by solar power.
Yeah. But then it, you know, it orbits the Earth, so it's not always in the path of the sun. So it has to store energy, I would imagine.
I wonder if the Russians tried to plug their space station into the wall, and that's why it didn't work. Because they needed a cord that was 100,000 miles long.
Well,
Here we go again.
oh, I see what your problem is. You're trying to plug the shuttle into the wall. That's why, Houston, we have a problem.
We plugged it into the wall.
Ah, shit. This Apollo 13, we made it a plug-in. Shit.
It was just a Russian janitor who was like mopping up, unplugged the space station.
No, what happened is it took off. It's just like on the pad at JFK in Florida, and it's like, and then it gets like just out of the atmosphere, and then the plug like pops out of the wall. They're like, we forgot.
Oh shit!
The shuttle's supposed to be cordless. Shit. I don't know why the Russians are Italian, and I don't know why.
Well, everybody's Italian in my act outs.
That's true. Everyone's Italian when I don't know who they are. During Saturday's spacewalk, Caseta and Rubio, those are the two astronauts spacewalking to do it, will install a solar array to increase capacity in one of the space station's 8 power channels located on the station's starboard truss. The spacewalking duo will also disconnect a cable to reactivate another power channel that recently experienced unexpected tripping on November 26th. Yeah, I did that once at a Grateful Dead concert.
You've been in like kind of a Rodney Dangerfield mood on this, where you're like, I don't even like to go to Queen.
Dude, Rodney Dangerfield telling the moon news is absolutely the kind of show I want to make.
I did that at a Grateful Dead concert. Hey, it's all right.
Unexpected tripping. That happened to me a lot in the 60s. Man, Man, I remember one time I drank a glass of orange juice at Timothy Leary's house. Talk about unexpected tripping. Hey. Wow. I get no being told I'm about to take acid. I don't know.
Anything Rodney
sort of-
Dangerfield says is funny to me. It's all funny.
He is,
Hey.
incredibly. Hey. It's so funny to be like his whole thing was like, I'm a piece of shit. Huh?
Or one
Hey,
time he did
I'm
a
a piece
set
of
on
shit.
Johnny Carson and like he just crushes, then he sits down next to Johnny and he's just like he sits down and he goes, "Oh, I'm exhausted." The funniest thing is that. You just did 3 minutes of stand up.
Oh fuck, man! I love stand up. God
It's
damn,
very good. It's very funny.
that fucking Drew Carey Tonight
oh
Show
my
set.
God, it's incredible.
That dude, isn't he so cool? As the years progress, it's like, damn, he just keeps being awesome. That
Yeah.
guy.
He is just the best. I love the story that once the Drew Carey show, I think they got like a third season or something, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna hit syndication," and he just calls his mom and he's like, "We don't have to worry about money anymore." And she goes, "That's great." And he goes, "No, I mean you and anyone you know." Where he was like, "We're all good. Like, let me know literally
Damn.
anything. I can send you $10 million." And
Wow.
I was like, "Oh man, what a cool guy."
Yeah, that's awesome. There's a story about like right before he got Prices Right, he was taking UCB sketch writing classes,
What?
and people were like, "You're Drew Carey," and he was like, "Yeah, I never really did sketch." Could you imagine you're teaching sketch writing and Drew
Yeah.
Carey?
He's got those
Is in the
glasses
room.
on.
Yeah, totally. He's in one of those desks.
Just keeps raising his hands. Do the points matter? And they're like, no, no.
Yeah, totally. And he's like, yeah, look, I know this is kind of they're like reading scripts for the week. You're like, I know this is a funny question for me to be asking, but this one right here, whose line is it? Sorry.
It says man number 2. Is that
can't
me?
be me. I'm Drew Carey. Mimi's in there screaming at him.
Dude, that cop bit is that might be my favorite stand-up joke.
Yeah, you know why I ran the sign?
That's so good.
It's so fucking funny.
That
Watch
is the best.
Drew Carey's old Tonight Show. It's oh my god. It was a Carson,
Unbelievable.
right? Or was
Carson.
it? Yeah.
And it's
He's
like
young.
Yeah, he's young, and he goes and sits down and kills harder than I've ever seen anybody sitting on the couch.
Incredible, dude.
Yeah,
He's
it's
so
really
funny.
nice. He's
Hey,
the
welcome to
best.
What's It Called?
Welcome to our podcast.
We love you all
We're the
so
Potato
fucking
Boys.
much. We're the goddamn Potato Boys. Get ready to lay down, you fucking
Hell
Richard
yeah.
Carnes, you sleepers.
We rename
We
shit.
love all
We have
y'all.
fun. We love you. This is the best show ever. Thanks for listening. This is our first time recording in a while. Dave was sick. We did a best of episode. We hope you liked that.
Yeah, that was
It
cool,
was really
man.
fun.
Caleb had been wanting to do that for a while, and I'm really glad that we took the time to do that. That was really, really
Yeah, it was fun.
awesome, dude. We say this a lot, but just maybe just between each other, maybe not on the show as much anymore because we've been doing it a couple years. But this is our favorite thing, and you guys are like the best fans, and so we've been in a year of sort of transitioning. Me especially, I moved a bunch, and we've been sort of just like doing it. And I've said this the past few weeks. We're like ready to like get back to putting a lot more shit into the show, and that's why, for example, stuff like this.
Here we go again. News about the moon.
And with that in mind, if you want to help us with that, we would love that. Get the word out about the show. Tell your friends. Share stuff about us. We saw a bunch of you had us in your Spotify Wrapped. That's so fucking cool.
Thank you for that.
Sharing that. Always tag us, and we will do our best to share it as long as we do not have bronchitis. It's tough to do things when you have bronchitis.
My favorite is people that they shared it, and it was like their top 5 podcast. It was like, what's it called? Joe Rogan, Ben Shapiro, and the Majority Report. And I'm just
Jesus, I didn't see any of
Oh,
those.
some people's were crazy where I was like, I can't tell why they like us, or I'm glad they do, but like we're just in the mix with like crazy shit. The Daily, what's it called? And Steve Bannon's War Room.
Where did you see these? I didn't get tagged in any of those. Did
if you go to your unfiltered messages, there's more than you would think.
No, I honestly think that they didn't tag me.
Okay. Well, Steve Bannon is one of our number one fans. I don't know why he listens, but he likes it. Eminem listens. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you want to write reviews on Spotify or on Apple or Google Podcasts, that also helps. Rating us, just a quick rating, that fucking helps. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram if you want to jump in and rename stuff with us at What's It Pod. Our website's What's It Called Rodeo. There's links to our web store and our Patreon, and we do a bunch of stuff. We Twitch sometimes, hopefully going to be doing that more and more. We think we
Patreon, we give you bonus episodes. It's very fun.
Yeah.
If you want more, or just you want to give us money, and you're like, one episode a week's enough, but I want these guys to have money because Dave had the flu and it almost killed him.
Yeah, I died.
Yeah.
And yeah. We've also got more segments now, which I'm really excited for. And here's the thing. We have this segment we've been doing a few weeks. It got a little bit of an upgrade. I just want to play the intro before we do the segment, though, Caleb, because we're gonna end up laughing about the intro anyway. So let's just talk about the intro, and then I'll play it again, and we can do the bit. Does that make sense?
That's perfect.
The Ben Shapiro's Beard Update.
Yeah, dude.
This started a few months ago. When out of nowhere, after 20 years of his baby butt soft face and no lips, Ben Shapiro decided to don a beard, and it grew very quick. It was odd. It just showed up one day. He had this beard, and it looked like when you go see a high school play and someone has to play an old man, and you're like, oh, they've glued a beard to a child's face. But it looked like it was a decent beard. And it was all anyone was like. It didn't matter what he was saying. It was, you look at all the comments, everything. Everyone's talking about the beard, and then out of nowhere he shaved it, and he's going through, and then he was trying out denim jackets. Something's going on with him.
He's going through a thing, and so we're tracking it. We're following it, and let's see where he's at this week.
The Ben Shapiro's Beard Update.
It is shaved.
The Ben Shapiro's Beard Update.
And that concludes the Ben Shapiro's Beard Update. We will be giving you up to the moment Ben Shapiro's Beard Updates on a weekly basis.
Things may have changed by the time you hear this.
Things may have changed by the time you hear this. He's changing it a lot. All right, buddy. You ready to rename the fucking Departed?
Yes. Oh, I love The Departed, but it needs some new names.
It certainly does.
And I got some for it.
Let's do it.
I do. How about this?
I had a hard time. Also, I was trying to do actual, real, better names for The Departed. I was like trying to not do jokes, and
I went another way.
They ended up being jokes anyway. But yeah, let's do it.
All right, I got Gone Boy.
Holy shit. That's so funny, dude. Oh my God. That's so funny. All right, I've got The Irish Goodbye.
Ooh,
yeah.
I really like that. That's actually a good
movie
name. I don't think that's been a movie name.
I don't think so either.
I like that. And I'm Irish, so it rings my bell. How about
Irish
this?
Goodbye
How about
could also be another name for the movie Sideways.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You're good at names.
Thanks, buddy.
Hell yeah. How about The Departed?
That's great. Oh man. How about Marky Mark and the Funky Movie?
I got Marky Mark and the Homophobic Civil Servant.
His character in that is like, no one acts like this and keeps their job. Are you crazy?
There's no way.
He's like,
he keeps telling his boss that he fucked her wife.
Sergeant Dignam has a different way of doing things. And when I say that, what I mean is he's really, really mean to his superiors. Constantly disrespectful to the people who write his checks. and we abide it for seemingly no reason.
He kills his coworkers from time to time.
He owns all the equipment to get away with murder. He just has it at his house. The Departed is really long,
Yeah.
so I think we could call it the Boston Marathon.
Oh shit.
That's right.
Great.
Thank
How about Irish Fellas?
Yeah, that's good. Hell yeah, dude. Liars everywhere.
How about Big Trouble in Little Dublin?
Okay, yeah. Bad people doing bad stuff. How about that?
I got an Eminem album got struck by lightning in Boston.
That's really funny, dude. Wow. The Drop Dead Murphys.
Oh shit. All the rest of mine are the Wes Anderson Departeds.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just finish mine then.
Yeah,
because I didn't do any Wes Andersons.
Okay, cool.
Eastworld.
Ooh.
I do like to imagine.
You really killed it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, thanks, man. Thank you. Like the show Westworld, except it's the same thing, except it just takes place in 1970s Boston. Everyone's just killing each other.
I love it.
As good as it gets. I absolutely do feel like Jack Nicholson's character feels like that name applies.
I believe in the theory that every Jack Nicholson character is in the same unit. Like this guy's just lived a long life. He was in the cuckoo's nest. He escaped. The lobotomy didn't work.
I actually believe that that's true. That every single Jack Nicholson movie is a documentary. The Shining. It was all just him. He all just had a crew following him around.
He unfroze from that, and then he went on to date Diane Keaton.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then he terrorized Gotham in the late 80s.
Fixed his face.
Yeah, fixed his face. He tried to get a bunch of wonderful toys. I had one more, but I didn't finish it, and I was trying to think of it just now because I was trying to do something with NFL teams, but I couldn't do it. I like the New England Patriots versus. Yeah.
Well, if you have an idea, tweet at Dave to finish his name.
Yeah. So that's the end of mine. It was a real anticlimactic thing, and I'll probably think about that in an hour or two and feel bad for several minutes.
You should feel bad. I like a little cliffhanger.
Thanks, buddy.
And I do have a bunch of Wes Anderson.
Yeah, let's do it.
This week was if Wes Anderson made The Departed.
Yeah, so we make it like a pun joke game on Twitter. Yeah, and we made what if Wes Anderson made The Departed, which was Caleb's idea. Yeah, and I think it's great.
I enjoyed doing this a lot because a bunch just came to me, and I'll just do them right in a row. We got The Boys from Boston and The Words We Don't Say Anymore. We got The Two Sons of Whitey Bulger.
Wow.
We got The Constable's Very Long, No Good, Very Bad Day.
Oh man, that's funny.
Dropkick Murphy and the Sneaky Man.
These all absolutely could be Wes Anderson movies.
We have An Especially Foul Play, which I think could be one. We have Papa Needs a Mop and Bucket. A Most Egregious Misunderstanding.
Oh my God, that's the one. That's the winner. A Most Egregious Misunderstanding. An animated Departed. Where George Clooney plays a rat that plays Jack Nicholson's character.
Most egregious misunderstanding.
A most egregious misunderstanding.
And my last one was The Adventures of Twee Bullshit and a Bleak Tableau.
Oh man, that could also be another name for
the Ben Shapiro's Beard Update.
He's taking a whole adventure through Twee Bullshit right now. Damn, those are great, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
A most egregious misunderstanding is that's so funny.
Yeah, it's fun to do names.
And all right, so we got your responses on Twitter. We are at What's It Pod. We tweet out every week what we're renaming, and jump in if you want us to read your names on the show. We read our top 10 every week, and if you write back frequently, we will definitely read yours because you guys are great at this. It's hard to pick 10.
Yeah, it is.
Coming
funny.
in at number 10 this week is our good pal.
Oh shit!
If you know us, you probably know him. At Kyle Ayers said, "The Departed, based on the novel Push by Sapphire."
I mean, come on. People always don't understand. Sapphire didn't write just one book. Sapphire is prolific.
Yeah.
And our next one, at in layman's terms, said, "Fantastic, Mr. Fox."
It's so good, dude. At Chagadelic says, "The Wicked Pisser Car Park Marky Mark Limited."
At
Peter Griffin saying these names.
The Wicked Pisser Car Park Marky Mark Limited. At Turducken MRE says, "Napoleon Soprano."
Oh, that's
Come
so
on.
good, dude. At I Like Mike Perry, funny comedian, friend of the show. Owen Wilson shoots guns.
It's just
fucking rules, dude. It's so funny.
I really feel like this rat is.
There's a
I'm thinking
rat.
about the rat. I know it's not me.
There's a stinking rat in here.
I don't know. I'm dating this therapist, and things are pretty good.
I look at you and I think, what could I use you for? John Lennon, he said, "I'm an artist. Give me a tuba and I can make you something out of it."
Some people pronounce it tuber.
Tuber. Give me a tuber.
At both Bush Lavosson says, "Extremely Boston and incredibly go fuck yourself."
Extremely Boston and incredibly go fuck yourself.
That is perfect.
Go fuck yourself. Alec Baldwin saying "go fuck yourself" in that movie brings me so much joy. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. He's always whispering. It doesn't matter.
You know what I noticed the other day? I think it was on Netflix. Maybe it was HBO Max. Sort of, you know, when you don't know what you want to watch and all the things you do like are not doing it for you. So you just keep scrolling. Just keep moving through movie posters, you know. I came upon a movie I did not know existed. It stars Charlie Sheen, and it's called 9/11.
Dude, did you watch it?
No way.
Do yourself a favor, everyone
Okay.
listening. Just look up the trailer for the movie 9/11 starring Whoopi Goldberg and Charlie Sheen. It is one of the funniest, most horrible, disrespectful, I cannot believe it exists.
Wow.
The trailer is unbelievably good as a horrible piece of art.
Isn't it just like three people trapped in an elevator?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really funny, and it's just I've watched it so many times. It really makes me laugh. So check it out. Do yourself a favor. It's great.
Do yourself a favor.
It's surely one of the worst movies ever made.
Wow, of course. And he looks terrible. I think that Charlie Sheen thinks that he's coasting into his Martin Sheen years, and it's not true. Martin Sheen did age gracefully, and he grew into being like a cool looking old man.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie Sheen looks like shit.
Gary Busey aging is what
he looks like a Minecraft character.
Oh yeah. Got a little sidetrack there.
At Larry Bilella, sorry. It's a lot of L's, Larry.
A lot of L's in this name.
Larry Bilello says the dishonorable constable of Boston. And now we've derived at a perfect name for a Wes Anderson, Martin Scorsese movie. That's so funny. That's so great, dude.
At Laundry Pants says, "Animatronic butt shit, boop, boop, boop. Wish I was never born."
And right back to the type of shit we like. Animatronic butt shit, boop, boop, boop. I wish I was never born.
Just great.
Laundry Pants, I really don't even know what you're referring to, and I still love it. Yeah.
Just funny.
God, this one I love. At Still Stalling says, The Departing.
I just love that.
Incredible.
The Departing, and it's like a train.
Yeah, totally.
And
I just watched Grand Budapest. I'd never seen it. It's great.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Anyway, yes. Drum roll.
At Fondle Punch said, "Jeff Goldblum robs a bank."
Jeff Goldblum robs a bank. Is it, dude? Fucking rules, man. Yeah.
I don't know why, but it just really, I can see that poster in my head.
I know, man. Oh man.
Like some Mr. Bean energy on Jeff
Yeah,
Goldblum.
dude.
Just great.
It's cool. Thank you guys so much for writing in. Thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for sharing your lists with us online. email us. What the hell is it called at gmail.com. If you're on our Patreon at the $25 level or higher, you get to introduce one episode of the show. And that's what that was at the beginning. And also, we shout you out every episode if you're at that level, because you basically are giving us $1 million.
Yes.
Shout out to Dante Beckwith, Peter Cumistra, Amanda Richards, Peter Dahlberg, and Eric Williams. And shout out to all of you for listening. You're the fucking best fans on earth.
Yeah, we love you. And check me out this weekend. I'll be at Rooster Tea Feathers in Sunnyvale, California. Come see me. I need you to come out. They just reopened, so bring some friends.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
And check me out. No, I got some shit in I'll be in Philly at a show called Off Leash at Fergie's Pub on December 14th. So what's happening is my buddy Derek Brown, who's a really funny comic and a great poet and just a sweet guy, hit me up and he was like, yo, let's do a week of shows together in and around New York. So we're doing Fergie's Pug. Oh, that'd be cool. We're inside a little dog. That'd be a lot of fun. December 14th, 9 p.m. in Philadelphia at Fergie's Pub. I'll be there with him and a bunch of other comics. That show's free. Just show up. Then 7:30 p.m., Derek and Chris Gethard and I are doing a show the 15th of December in Montclair, New Jersey at Silverstream Studios. There is a brown paper ticket link for that on my website, davetotheross.com, but it's a really small venue and it's sold out. So I'm actually going to talk to Chris and see if maybe we add a late show too, and we can get some tickets for that. And then also I'm going to be at Union Hall on the 16th with Derek Brown, David Cross, Janine Garofalo, and then I have some other shit around New York City the rest of December. Oh, and I had to cancel my fucking Denver trip. It was such a bummer. I was so excited to go do the Grawlix, but I got bronchitis. I actually still have it now. I'm finally like cresting down out of it, but I'm taking fucking steroids, dude. This thing's lasted almost 2 weeks. It's horrible. But those guys are the best. Ben Roy, they were like very understanding. Ben was immediately like, dude, let's have you back in January. Let's rebook you for January. So I'm doing the Bug Theater, headlining the Grawlix in Denver, Colorado. January 28th at 8 p.m. Come to that show. I'm so fucking excited.
Hell yeah.
At all. And then I'm going to make a week of it. I'll be around Denver. I'm going to try to go to Fort Collins, maybe a show in Colorado Springs. Yeah, man.
Dude, nice.
I'm out.
We're out here.
We are out. And of course, March 2023 at the end, we are doing the Riot Comedy Festival in Houston. First ever live. What's it called? Caleb's wearing the hat right now.
That's right. So come see us and bring some friends. We need people in the crowd for this first live episode. We want to
come.
Yeah.
We want to see you. And speaking of my bronchitis, I now am about to have a coughing fit. So we got to end the episode.
We love you
so much. Bye.
Lay it down.
What's it called? What's it